Alright guys, how's it going? Today we're going to talk Canucks power play. So, last season the Canucks definitely had some difficulties on their special teams, specifically the power play. Their power play came in at a 17.1% success rate, which landed them near the bottom, within the bottom 10 teams in the whole NHL. And considering that they had Elias Pettersson, who had one of the best individual shooting percentages in the whole NHL, manning that right-hand side 1T, and of course Brock Boeser on the left side, there was really no excuse that there's no excuse that they're anywhere near the bottom. Not to mention they also have the workhorse Horvat within the center, who provides a very exceptional net front presence. There's of course many variables that obviously caused, the downfall of the Canucks power play last season, but in my opinion, the problem really started with the defenseman quarterbacking our power play. At many times during last season, we had a range of defensemen manning that number one power play unit. Alex Edler, Ben Hutton, Troy Stecher, Bulldog Viega, and even Derek Pouliot. None of which, are dedicated offensive defensemen. Now, I don't really blame, Alex Edler, Ben Hutton, Troy Stecher. That's not really their responsibility to become, a power play quarterback. But, this is all the pieces that Travis Green had to work with. Alex Edler, for the most part, was, of course, usually our number one guy, manning the first-line power play unit. And don't get me wrong, he did a decent job. He put up some decent point production last year, mainly in part of the power play. He's a solid defenseman with a hard shot. However, he really lacks any type of creativity. He does have a bigger frame, so he really lacks the, agility to move the puck around and find those open holes. And routinely, and it was very frustrating, Alex Edler was kind of known to just launch predictable floaters at the net instead of, trying to find that open man or doing something with the puck. And it was especially frustrating when Edler would just obviously put these floaters on net instead of, passing to Elias Pettersson, because many times Elias Pettersson would kind of float back to the point shot. Alex Edler would kind of shift to the middle or the left side, and instead he'd just float a wrister on net instead of, passing to Pettersson, because Pettersson, of course, has the creativity to open up those holes. So it definitely got pretty frustrating to watch Alex Edler just not trust Pettersson. I don't know if really anyone else noticed that, but I really noticed that basically on a night-to-night basis for a big stretch of the season. It kind of got better, Edler's trust and Pettersson got better through kind of as the season went on. But it was definitely kind of frustrating to watch, Edler not pass to Pettersson, and considering the one-timer Petey possesses. So with all that being said, what is the missing piece here? Well, it's simple. Why will the Vancouver Canucks have one of the most exciting power plays in the whole NHL next season? And that's a pretty bold statement. Well, again, it's pretty simple. 2 words. Quinn Hughes. The Canucks have never truly had a purely offensive defenseman power play quarterback in decades. There's an argument saying Christian Ehrhoff was our power play quarterback. He wasn't even really on our team for a long period of time. We just have never really had one of those players within our lineup. And Quinn Hughes is truly the guy that is the answer to that missing power play quarterback. I know it was a very short sample size in which we saw Quinn Hughes last season. But of course, when Quinn Hughes was in the lineup manning the first line power play in the final 5 games of the season, first of all, it was just so fun to watch as a Canucks fan, and we're going to get to witness that all next season, so I'm so excited, guys, and I know you guys are too. But when Quinn Hughes was in our lineup manning that first line power play in the final 5 games of the 2018-2019 season, the Canucks had a 41.67% power play percentage, which was more than double their season average. Now, of course, this is a very short sample size, but it's kind of interesting to entertain the thought that, well, there's no way that the Vancouver Canucks are going to go from 17% to 41%, but even to get up into that 22% range is going to be a massive improvement. Not to mention that 4 out of the last 5 games that Quinn Hughes was in the lineup, it was against all Stanley Cup competing teams, so the San Jose Sharks, the Nashville Predators, the St. Louis Blues, and I think the Dallas Stars. Quinn Hughes truly possesses all the key attributes of the new age offensive defenseman. He arguably has, generational skating ability that allows him to seamlessly create open ice within the transition game. And in terms of the power play, his skating ability combined with his immense hockey IQ, creativity, allows him to have an excellent cycle game to again open up the ice, which can obviously create a lot of shot creation for our sharpshooters Boeser and Pettersson. I do truly believe that adding Quinn Hughes and having a healthy Boeser and Pettersson will make the Canucks power play one of the most, the most exciting, if not one of the most exciting power plays to watch within the whole league. Last season, a lot of other hockey fans were all of a sudden paying attention to the Canucks for the first time probably since 2011 when we were in the finals because of Pettersson, because of Boeser, and adding another piece, obviously like Boeser and Pettersson in Quinn Hughes, is really going to add a lot of excitement to our lineup. And I guess another thing to mention is the topic of Brock Boeser. So of course he's not signed yet, he's an RFA, but I'm not too worried yet, guys. Maybe if there's, I guess, more major news pieces, I will touch on the topic again. But Boeser is a guy that's very interesting. Boeser, the past couple seasons, has been injured going into the season, and there is definitely a big difference between a healthy Boeser and then of course an injured Boeser. And of course, so just having a healthy Boeser is again going to help our power play. Now, of course, there's going to be a lot of competition around the topic of most exciting power play. For example, the Avalanche have, of course, Cale Makar, McKinnon, Rantanen, Landeskog, which is, again, going to be a very exciting power play to watch. But I do believe that our current lineup heading into next season is going to be a massive improvement for the Canucks. And we are probably going to see the biggest improvement within the Canucks special teams out of basically any other NHL team. And I guess some other teams that do come to mind are like the New Jersey Devils, the New York Rangers with the newly drafted Kako Hughes, combined with power play specialists on each team in Hall and Panarin. Exciting power plays for next season, and Canucks are definitely going to be a part of that whole crop. Not to mention even 3-on-3. So that's a whole different topic. And guys, just imagine now Quinn Hughes, Pettersson, and Boeser on a 3-on-3 line. That sounds amazing. 3-on-3, for the most, 3-on-3 has honestly probably been one of the best additions I've personally seen the NHL add to the game in a very long time. Because regardless of win or lose, it is always extremely entertaining hockey to watch. Especially again, that the Canucks have now Petey, Boeser, Bo, and Quinn Hughes. It's going to be so fun to watch, guys. But anyways, guys, that is my opinion on why the Vancouver Canucks are going to have a massive improvement on our special teams and why we're just, in general, going to have one of the most exciting power plays to watch within the whole NHL, which is always a great thing. And I'm very excited, and definitely let me know, guys, what you think about our power play heading into next season. Will Travis Green even let Quinn Hughes take over the number one line at the start of the season, or is he going to make Quinn Hughes going to work for it? Or is he going to make Quinn Hughes work for that role? That's a whole other topic of discussion, but definitely an interesting one. But definitely one where I'm very excited to see what happens. And I guess in other news, guys, I'm still sick. I've been sick for what seems like a month now. Don't know what's up. Don't worry, I went to the doctors. It's kind of funny because a lot of people have been commenting. Not a lot of people, but the odd comment I see is, dude, are you okay? And I'm like, I'm alright. I'm still just recovering from this weird sickness. I'm going to the doctors, so hopefully everything's alright. I just don't really like leaving large gaps within my upload schedule. It kind of hurts the channel, hurts the growth. So sorry guys if I seem a bit off in my videos. I am trying my hardest. I'm trying to fight through the sickness and still maintain some internet relevancy. Anyways guys, thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know what you guys think about the Vancouver Canucks power play down below. Thank you guys so much for all the support. See you guys later.